Hello everyone, welcome back to our team Autotrend channel. This is your Viprajesh again and I am here with the brand new Mahindra Bolero Neo Plus, the latest 9-seater SUV in the Indian market today. So as we all know, we have seen the Bolero Neo countless number of times in Tamil Nadu especially. The Bolero Neo is actually a police patrol vehicle, so we are seeing it almost every day. But this is the 9-seater Bolero Neo Plus, which means the Bolero Neo has been extended to a length of 4.4 meters from 4 meters. So there is this addition of length in terms of the vehicle dimension. It is actually longer. So the overall length is 4.4 meters, which is approximately around 14.5 feet in feet. So that is a thing to be noted. This is the top level P10 variant. Yes, that is the main thing to be noted, because you may have seen the detailed reviews in Hindi for the P4 base variant of this 9-seater SUV, but this is the exclusive review of the top level P10 variant of this 9-seater Bolero Neo Plus. Today this P10 variant has been provided to us by CAI Auto Industries Private Limited, a Mahindra car showroom in Coimbatore. So this is the top level variant. As you can clearly see, it looks pretty nice for a 9-seater, especially because the only other 9-seater in the Indian market currently is the Force Motors City Line. This car is not as long as that, but it is still a body on frame construction vehicle, this Bolero Neo Plus, and it has got the same engine as the Mahindra Scorpio. It has also got the same body on frame construction. It is a bit old school, but it is still good to drive. Well, I feel it's going to be good to drive because it has got the Scorpio engine. So let's get on with the walk around first and then go for the drive review. As I already said, this car has got the same 2.2 liter 4-cylinder M-Hawk turbo diesel engine from the Mahindra Thar, the Scorpio, Scorpio N, XUV700. But this car is obviously rear wheel drive, similar to the Scorpio, and the power state of tune is actually a bit lesser. So you get 120 PS of maximum power, and the engine produces 280 Newton meters of maximum torque through a 6-speed manual gearbox only. There is no automatic transmission. There are two variants, the base level P4 and P10. This is the P10 variant, which has got an ex-showroom price of rupees 12.49 lakh, whereas the base level P4 variant, it has got an ex-showroom price of rupees 11.39 lakh. So this is the top level variant. So being the top level variant, you get the chrome finished front grille at the front, and you don't get LED DRLs. On the Bolero Neo, you may have seen LED DRLs for the top level variant, but this car does not get that. Instead, you get simple halogen headlamps with cornering lamps on the corners over here, and you also get front fog lamps. So these fog lamps actually complete the look of the front fascia. Then coming on towards the sides, you can clearly see the inspiration over here. The overall design, the side profile has been sort of inspired by Land Rover cars, I guess. So it just looks quite so similar to that, but yeah, there are obviously some skimping in terms of features and all. So you get the 16-inch single tone alloy wheels exclusively only on the P10 variant. These alloy wheels are actually looking pretty good with 215 section tires. The P10 variant alone gets this factory fitted footsteps. So these are actually aluminum proper footsteps, which are quite robust as well. And then you have the black masking tape on the B and C pillars, so that's also nice. You have got the typical black door handles, signature of the Bolero trademark, so that is also nice. You have regular normal looking clear lens tail lamps over here. You have the Bolero Neo Plus branding at the rear, and the P10 variant also gets this spare wheel contrast wheel cover with Bolero branding. This is also quite nice to look at. The P10 variant also gets you the rear windshield wiper, washer and defogger. It has got reverse parking sensors only, no reverse parking camera though. That is a sad thing to be noted, but still it is okay. All variants get you this rear mounted footstep for the last seat passengers, because the height is simply too much, as you can clearly see. So these footsteps are actually essential for this car. Alright, those were the exterior highlights and a quick overview. Let's now get into the car. First of all, before getting into the car, I would like to show you the keys of this Bolero Neo Plus P10 variant. Only the P10 variant gets you this remote flip key. Only one key is actually the remote key, whereas the second key is just a dummy key without the remote buttons. But still both are flip keys, so that is okay. And you have to slot the key inside to turn on the power. Now, taking a look at the interior, you may have already seen the interiors of the Bolero Neo N10 variant, which means this interior is exactly the same as that. Only the P10 variant gets you this beige color fabric upholstery. It looks nice, looks good. The seats are also large. It is comfortable. And only the P10 variant gets you these front individual armrests for the front seats alone. So that is nice. And you have driver seat height adjustment also only on this P10 variant. Whereas if you go for the P4 variant, you get only Rexin seats. That's going to heat a lot, I guess. Okay, now getting into the driver's seat. First, let's just turn on the engine because it is extremely hot today. And this interior you may have already seen on the TUV300, the TUV300 Plus, the Bolero Neo and the Bolero Neo Plus now. So yeah, it is a familiar interior. The materials are just okay. These are not premium plastics obviously. These are just about okay and they do the job fine. That's all right. The steering wheel is similar to what we have seen on the Mahindra Thar also. So that's quite familiar again, but sadly unlike the Bolero Neo's top level N10 variant, you don't get cruise control on this car, whereas the Bolero Neo's N10 variant gets you cruise control. So that's obviously missing on this car, but still the steering wheel is tilt adjustable and you have steering mounted audio controls for this 9-inch touchscreen system, which is also exclusively available only on the P10 variant. This is actually looking like an aftermarket touchscreen system, but still it is alright because it provides you decent level of features. You have screen mirroring, I guess. This is basically an Android based touchscreen system. It also gets you inbuilt navigation system with Carbit link, so it's okay, but sadly it does not offer you reverse parking camera. So you get only the beep sounds, no reverse parking camera, but still if you pay more you can get the reverse parking camera programmed into this touchscreen system itself from the Mahindra accessories section. That's okay. And this is the instrument cluster. Again, this is quite similar to what we have seen on the Mahindra Thar and the Bolero Neo as well. So this central MID is actually pretty okay in terms of options and information. You have average efficiency, digital speedometer reading, settings and stuff, but still you don't have tire pressure monitoring system, so that is a thing to be noted. You have rear windshield wiper also. So for the control of the rear wiper you also get the switches in the stock, and on the right side of the steering wheel you get the usual things. You have engine idle start stop feature for extra mileage. You also have economy mode for the engine for extra mileage. Again, you have the control for the rear windshield defogger located over here, along with the electronic joystick for the ORVM control. So this P10 variant alone gets you electronically adjustable ORVMs, whereas the P4 variant gets you only manual controls for the ORVMs. Then coming to the center console, again you have the regular normal manual AC console in the center console. You don't get auto AC on any variant, so this is quite similar. You have AC eco mode as well, so that's okay. And you have the USB and aux ports for the audio system over here. You have the regular 12-volt charging socket over here. This is the 6-speed manual transmission common on every variant of the Bolero Neo Plus. All 4 power windows are actually standard across all variants of the Bolero Neo and the Neo Plus as well, so that is quite nice. You have the regular number of cup holders, bottle holders, the storage pockets, knick-knack storage, everything over here, so that's quite nice then. You have another 12-volt charging socket located over here, which can be used by the second row passengers and the front row passengers as well, so that's okay. You have another small storage pocket on top of the dash, but given the current climate and weather conditions, I don't think you will place your phones over here, because whatever you place there, it will get simply heated. Okay. Then you have the decent sized glove box, and you have 1 liter bottle holders on every door. At least on 4 doors you get bottle holders, so that's okay then. Coming towards the roof, you have the yellow cabin light standard across every variant. You have day-night manually adjustable IRVM. You also have a vanity mirror for the co-driver side sun visor, so that's also alright. And regarding safety features, you only get dual airbags on this car, no rear disc brakes, no ESP traction control, hill hold assist, and no tire pressure monitoring system as well. You only have dual airbags, ABS with EBD, remote central locking, reverse parking sensors, and basically that's it. Yeah, okay then, let's now get to the second row seats, and then let's take a look at the last jump seats. So actually, in the compact SUV category, the Bolero Neo itself was a decently packaged car. For a sub 4 meter SUV, it has got actually 7 seats, but yes, obviously the last jump seats were a bit of a compromise, but still if you want additional seats, the car has got that. On the Bolero Neo Plus as well, it is a similar concept. I thought that it is going to be more spacious than the Bolero Neo, especially because of the larger size, but honestly, I don't think it makes much of a difference, because I have adjusted the driver seat for my height, which is 5'11" for reference, and in the second row seat I have got just about adequate knee room. It is not spacious, but still I feel that it is comfortable. While it is not spacious, it is a bit more comfortable, because the seating position is quite upright. You are seated like you are sitting in your home in a chair, and the thigh support is about quite adequate. It's quite nice though. And even if you want to seat 3 people abreast, you can do that, because the center seat is also pretty wide, the cabin is wide, and you have good amount of shoulder room, good amount of space, just decent amount of knee room. still it is all right. But the only thing that is lacking in this car is the rear AC vent. Mahindra could have provided rear AC vents at least mounted on the roof, but this car does not have that. You have to depend on the front AC vents only, and you also don't have much creature comforts in the rear seats. That said, the seat is quite comfortable, and yes, the P10 variant alone also provides you this nice center armrest for two people. If there are only two people in the second row seats, they can enjoy a bit of comfort with this center armrest. And in terms of safety, you have only two 3-point seat belts. But apart from that, a surprising thing, this P10 variant also provides you ISO fixed child seat mounts for your child seats. If you want to fix your child seat with the child in it, then you have ISO fixed child seat mounts for two second row seats. So that is a bit unexpected on such a category car. Yep, apart from that, yeah, nothing much to say. It is a decent cabin over here. So 4 people can be comfortable here and 5 people can be cozy. Alright then, let's now go to the back and just check out the jump seats. I think it's going to be a bit of a squeeze for 4 people, but yeah, you be the judge. Right, so this is how the door opens. It is quite wide, so you have to be careful in cramped spaces. There is a good robust aluminum footstep provided as standard, so that you can climb into this massive step, right? And that's me seated in the jump seat area over here. It is definitely not the most comfy. Headroom is limited, and shoulder room is also going to be very limited. If there is another person sitting over here, you have to basically sit like this. Yeah, there is no other option. You have to squeeze yourself. So 4 people is going to be very much of a squeeze, because if there is another person seated over here, you have to be jolting with your knees with them. So it is not going to be spacious, but 2 people are going to be all right, I guess. That said, there are no seat belts over here, nothing to provide you additional safety. You just get only grab handles to hold yourself. That's it. And you have a yellow cabin lamp over here. And again, the lack of rear AC vents is clearly obvious, because it takes a lot of time for the front AC vents to blow air to the last area of this car. So that's okay. But regarding luggage area, this is not a problem at all. So if there is more luggage, you can simply say fold away the jump seats like this, and you can place your luggage here easily. If you fold away both these seats, you get more than 400 liters of luggage capacity, which is going to be great. But sadly, the second row seats cannot be folded at all. It is a fixed in terms of position, right? Okay then, so that was all about the jump seats again. Let's now get this car on the road, shall we? Yes folks, we are in the Mahindra Bolero Neo Plus, and we are going to start the drive. Well, we are going to quickly see how does this massive 9-seater SUV perform in the city traffic as well as on the highways. Well, currently, unfortunately, we don't have a full load of passengers. There are only 2 people in the car now. But still, anyway, we are going to test this car out. So, yeah, let's get on with the drive. First, let's check out the NVH. And as any other latest Mahindra SUV with this M-Hawk engine, there is no interior NVH from the engine at all. It is very refined. Well, there is just a faint bit of clatter, but it is refined for the most part. It is good. And yeah, you obviously have to turn on the AC during this weather, but still the engine is very refined. So let's get on with the drive. Okay, let's just test out the starting of this car from the second gear. Obviously the first gear responds great, so let's now test out the torque of the car in second gear to check whether if it starts from the second gear itself. And yeah, voila, it goes. Oh wow. So even if you don't want to slot into the first gear in city traffic, you can use the second gear itself, so it's going to be perfect. Alright, so the first impression is that the clutch is incredibly light for such a large body on frame rear wheel drive SUV. The gearbox is also pretty reassuring. It slots in quite nice. It's a bit notchy, but not that hard. It's good. The best part is that it is easy to drive. The visibility is great. You have got large, square, massive windows. You have got a commanding driving position. And even in the city, it is easy to drive thanks to the light clutch. And the bonnet line is actually quite visible. If you raise the seating position, you can get a clear view of the bonnet as well. So that is going to be helpful for almost everyone. Yeah. So currently, yeah, we are stuck in traffic and we are dealing with speed bumps. In second gear itself, this car takes it just like that. It's a piece of cake. just goes on, beautiful. The ride quality is also very good. Regarding suspension, the Bolero Neo Plus has got front independent suspension and also rear independent suspension with multi-link setup. So this multi-link setup we have seen on multiple cars, say for example even the Innova Krista, the Scorpio, even the Scorpio N, and yeah, many body-on-frame vehicles are on this suspension setup. So right now we are driving in the power mode. So once the road frees up, you can get to stretch the legs of this car, but because the engine is seriously good, the pickup is great, the response is great, it responds so nicely. You don't feel like driving a massive 9-seater car because the engine is fantastic. Obviously this is the power mode, but if you switch to the eco mode, I'm just turning on the eco mode, and in the eco mode it is adequate. It's a bit lesser, the pickup is a bit dulled, it's a bit rounded off, it's not as sharp, but still you get the response. It's not like completely the engine has slept off. It is okay, it responds decently, and compared to any other, say, hardcore MUV, body on frame rear wheel drive MUV, say for example the Tavera, Qualis of older age, when you compare with those cars, this is leagues ahead in terms of performance, NVH, and driving comfort as well. Alright, then we are headed towards the highway right now, where we will actually get to test the long driving ability, the high speed ability, the body control, and also the comfort of the driver as well. Right then, let's go down. Yes folks, currently we are on the Avinashi bypass highway, which leads all the way from Coimbatore to Salem and beyond as well. So we are going to test the Bolero Neo Plus 9-seater on this highway. We are going to test the body dynamics, the high speed ability, the handling, the steering response, and to some certain extent the braking as well. So let's get on. Right now what I have done is that I have engaged the engine idle start stop feature. So I came all the way driving till here, and when I slotted the car into neutral and released the clutch, the engine has cut off. So by just depressing the clutch again, the engine gets started again. So that is a nice, useful, nifty little feature to save fuel and get better efficiency. Regarding efficiency, this car actually has surprisingly returned up to 11.8 km per liter while driving in the city till here. So that is quite surprising for such a massive 9-seater diesel SUV. Let's now get on, shall we? Right, okay. Oh my god, it's actually quite aggressive engine. Well, it's not as aggressive as the Scorpio or Scorpio N, but still, nonetheless, this is also the M-Hawk turbo diesel engine. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Right now slotting into 5th. So in the 5th gear, 100 km per hour speed translates to 2400 RPM. So that's actually quite nice. And if I slot it into 6th, 100 km per hour translates to around just about 2200 RPM. So the engine is very, very relaxed. Even at 100 km per hour, the engine, the sound is very well controlled, it's contained, and it can just go on at this speed, cruising at 100 km per hour for say 24 hours, 48 hours, I don't know, but it can go on for a long time till the fuel runs out. So regarding fuel, this car has got a 60-liter diesel tank capacity, and you have also got the AdBlue diesel emission fluid tank capacity of 20 liters. So yeah, that's a thing to be noted. Let's now get on by pressing harder. Right, crossing 110, and oh wow, within no time I'm doing 120. That said, this being a body-on-frame SUV with hydraulic power steering, the rear feels a bit lighter and the steering feels very, very vague at 120. So as you can see, it's very, very vague, and the body roll is very heavy. It just feels like flying. Yeah, the body roll is heavy, and brakes are all right, but not the best. Definitely there is a whole lot of body roll, which is pretty evident in the video itself, in the camera itself. Oof, but acceleration is fantastic. Lane changing. So please don't drive like this. I'm just doing this for purely scientific testing purposes. and massive body roll. So yeah, I would not recommend driving this car beyond 100 kilometer, 110 kilometer per hour speed. Even at 110, the steering feels a bit vague, and because there is no weight in the car currently, it is a bit bouncy. But if there are 9 people with a full load, this car will be much more sorted to drive. The suspension will get settled, the body will get settled, but for now it feels a bit floaty, a bit bouncy. It is not the most composed or stable, that's what I would say. But regarding efficiency, it is getting higher and higher. Even while driving like crazy, it is still showing me around 12.2, 12.3 something. So yeah, it's increasing. So my guess is that if you are driving in the city, this car without full load, you can get up to 11-12 km per liter. And if you are driving relaxed on the highway, say for example slotting into 6th gear and cruising at 90 km, 100 km per hour, it is going to return more than 14-15 km per liter. So that is seriously impressive for such a massive body on frame 2.2 liter diesel 9-seat SUV. So yeah, this Bolero Neo Plus is actually best driven, relaxed, with full load. That's what I would say. And for the most part, if you drive relaxed, the engine remains quiet, it's silent, it is very responsive also, and my efficiency is also good. But yes, obviously you don't I don't recommend cutting and say cornering very hard, because you have got massive body roll. Yeah, alright then, that was a quick drive review of the Mahindra Bolero Neo Plus. Let's now talk about the pricing, value, and for whom this Bolero Neo Plus is actually targeted. So folks, that was a detailed drive review of the brand new Mahindra Bolero Neo Plus 9-seater P10 variant. In the Indian market currently, this is the only old school MUV to offer the capacity of seating 9 people. Yes, it is definitely not as sophisticated as the Scorpio N, and neither does it offer latest safety features. That said, this is one tough, high-capacity MUV with the Scorpio engine. So if you are a part of a large family and you need to haul people or luggage, this Bolero Neo Plus is going to be perfect. That said, it still misses out on some essential features such as rear AC vents and cruise control. So at the price range of purchasing a compact SUV, if you have the need for hauling 9 people or massive luggage, this Mahindra Bolero Neo Plus could be great value for you. Do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this 9-seater SUV in the Indian market. Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.